if you're starting a brand new business online, or you're moving from an in-person kind of event or a speaking or an in-person business online, then this gives you everything you need to run a multi-million-dollar business if you so do wish.
Welcome to Monday Mornings with Michelle, the new business podcast. Whether you're kicking off your day or kickstarting your business, Michelle is going to kick your ass into next week with the essential fours: strategy, systems, support, and state of mind. Now, welcome to center stage, Michelle Nedelec.
Hey there, peeps. This is Michelle Nedelec, and I'm super glad that you're here with us today because I am here with my most amazing guest, Liam. Liam, thank you so much for being here today.
Michelle, thanks for having me.
Awesome. So give everybody the 5,000-foot view of who you are and what you love to do.
So I'm an Australian online business owner, love to surf, although my partner is Swedish, so I live in Europe on a little island of Malta. And we started the business because Sarah was studying, my co-founder in the business, my partner, was studying here in Sydney, Australia, where I am right now. And her student visa was running out. So we're like, well, how are we going to be together? Your family, you want to live in Sweden. I'm in Australia. My family's in Australia. How are we going to make this work? Well, we'll make money online. So that's where the online business began. And it began with a virtual summit. We had 15,000 people in attendance for that first event. And we're like, oh, wow, this is something special. We're doing something right here. But after the event ended, it was like, okay, well, where's the next kind of spike going to come from? The email list, the audience, the money. So we ran another event which had 13,000, and then another event that had 22,000. So we started running these really big events. And now that's what we do. We run events for ourselves as well as for our clients, helping them to build their own authority and email list to help you sell your courses and programs.
Nice. So peeps, if you want 15,000 people listening to you, listen up. Awesome. So that's fantastic. So tell me a little bit more about how, what was the setup of that event? What were you actually promoting? How did you get 15,000 people out? That's fantastic.
Yeah, well, very first event, we needed it to work right. I think that's probably the key to all of this is you need to have a big motivator pushing you, driving you to make sure it's a success. So you put, 100% effort into what you're creating and doing. So you're not being distracted by Facebook feeds or any other notifications popping up on your phone. You're turning all of those off because you've got something super important that you need to achieve. And there's a strong motivator pushing you and driving you to do that. So we ran the first event. We had just over 2 months to create this thing prior to Christmas 2015, before Sarah's parents came to visit her and dragged her back to Sweden. And we wanted to make sure that we had an online business and we had this revenue that could sustain her staying in Australia as well as myself being able to maybe travel to Sweden. So it was on the topic of LinkedIn, and all of our events are on online lead generation and how to convert sales online and get clients for yourself. But that first event specifically was on LinkedIn, prospecting and how to get sales off that platform. So we did a lot of marketing on LinkedIn on that platform. We brought in 35 speakers to help us promote the event and provide content to the event. And then in terms of, promoting, getting more people there and driving traffic, we typically look at 5 different referral partners, if you like, to collaborate with us on the event. So they're speakers, one of them. The others are sponsors, affiliates, media. Those are the top main 4 strategic partners. And then the 5th one is your existing email list or event attendees, actually just asking them to invite a friend and rewarding them for bringing a friend along to that event.
Very cool. So now that you're working with other clients and they're moving into all sorts of industries, I assume, what kind of clientele do you work with? Are they all in the marketing industry? Are they all over the map? Where are they?
Yeah, they're all over the map. So, the events that we've been hosting personally, and I've hosted over 15 multi-day summits, but then dozens of smaller 90-minute workshops. And they've all been like marketing related, lead generation, sales conversion for small business owners, coaches, consultants, service providers. And then in terms of, our clients, it's, across that B2B spectrum as well as the B2C. This works really well in the health space. Anyone who wants to position themselves as an expert in their niche, so they can be seen as the authority, the go-to expert whenever anyone is, struggling with a certain pain or some kind of problem. They see you as the number one person to fix that problem that they're going to go to. So if you see yourself as an author, a speaker, a podcast host, or any kind of authority figure for your niche, then these events position you really well as that authority. And we want to blueprint the event and design the event, whether it is, a summit, a workshop, a challenge, and there's many different virtual events now, the masterminds, retreats that we can do completely online from our home. Being Australian, that was a big thing for me. Most of our audience are in the US. So getting access to expert speakers or just expertise around the world can be really difficult. And I'll give you an example. One of our clients has been with us for a number of years now. He runs the Migraine World Summit, Carl. He's an Aussie as well. But migraine specialists, surgeons, all those kind of people, medical experts scattered across the globe, Europe, the US, Canada, Asia. And so how do we bring all these experts together in one room, under one roof? And the Migraine World Summit now has over 100,000 people attending that event, suffering from migraine. So you can think like staring at a screen for a lot of these migraine sufferers gives them headaches.
Right.
So if you've got a strong enough pull or problem that you're solving for people, people will show up, and Zoom fatigue is irrelevant because they've got a pain. You are really solving a major problem for them. So they're going to make sure they block that time in their diary and they show up.
Absolutely. Nice. I love that. So what kind of mistakes do you see most people making when they go to attempt to do something like this on their own?
Yeah, sure. So I think most of the time it's not having an end goal for the event. An end goal meaning like, what is your product or service that you want to sell at the end of the event? You've built this authority in this big email list from the attendees from the event. Maybe it's a few dozen, or maybe it's a few hundred, a few thousand. And it doesn't really matter as long as it's got the ideal clientele there for you that you can roll over into becoming an actual client for yourself. So what is that offer that you want to be bringing people into? And typically with our clients, it's an online course or it's some kind of coaching or consulting program. So what does that look like? And then we want to, again, reverse engineer and blueprint out the event to design it in such a way to build your authority and give people insight into how you can actually help them, give them a quick result, a quick win within that event itself, so they can see, okay, awesome. I know absolutely that you can get me a result, Michelle, and I want to work with you further after the event. So let's have a discussion about what that looks like in my coaching program online course, and becomes a very natural progression. It's not sales or anything at all, because they've experienced what it's like to work with you. You've got authority and they trust you, like you, and it's a natural progression to have that conversation about working together further. So I think just knowing that, what that end goal is something that is crucial, that foundational piece, and reverse engineering from there.
Nice. You had mentioned the ideal client and making sure that your ideal client is there, and reverse engineering. I assume that's part of the process, is when you're reverse engineering that you're making sure that you're attracting your ideal client. And if so, how do you do that?
Yeah, exactly. So if you're thinking, okay, well, my coaching program is a 10K, 25K, 40K program, who is the ideal client that I want to attract for that? Like looking at my existing clientele base, who do I enjoy working with, right? Because it's important to enjoy our work. Mm-hmm. So who's that avatar? Let's make a bit of a profile about what that person looks like. And then from there, reverse engineering it back. Well, what kind of event or pull attraction would attract someone to actually sign up, get on my email list, someone that doesn't know me yet? So what is that promise of a result? What's that aha moment we can showcase to them? That pain that's really apparent to them that we can really just kind of drive home that, hey, we've got the solution over here. And just thinking about, what are those major pains and major benefits that those ideal clients want at a point where they haven't started working with someone yet, but it's a strong enough pain that they're ready to make a decision. So once we've discovered and identified what that is, then we want to decide, okay, well, based on these pains and benefits that our ideal client wants, what kind of event should we be pulling together? The topic, the theme, the number of days, whether we're inviting speakers or not, is really important to uncover those foundational pieces of what that ideal client really looks like and what they want from spending, whether it's 90 minutes or a few days with you at an event.
Nice. I love that. So speaking of ideal clients, who do you absolutely love to work with? Who's your favorite?
Oh, wow. So typically it's for me, and because we run these virtual events, we like to have people that are just wanting to be or already are an expert in their niche, and they want to be seen as that go-to expert, and they want to make an impact in their niche as well. I talked about Carl with migraine sufferers. He's actually a migraine sufferer himself, and he just wanted to make a difference. He wanted to improve his own life, get access to these experts that he couldn't get access to around the world, and pull together that information and help other people who are suffering from this condition, because it's almost an invisible condition, the migraine. Not many people know you have it unless you let them know. So our ideal clients are people like Carl. Maybe you're suffering from something, you've experiencing the pain for yourself, whether it's in your life or in your business, and you want to help find a solution to that pain for yourself, but also for the people around you and the world. So the person who wants to be seen as a go-to expert, and people who want to make an impact and change people's lives for the better.
Nice. I love that. So what are the stumbling blocks that somebody might be having right now, and they're thinking, oh my God, Liam, I need you so badly right now?
Well, just like if you're feeling in a rut, or you feel like you're grinding the wheels and not really getting anywhere, stuck a little bit maybe in the mud with your business, not moving forward, you're struggling to close sales, or maybe you're not generating enough leads. Well, the great thing about our model is that we build your email list and build your authority with that email list. And that email list becomes your audience, your community. They become raving fans, right? They love you. They don't just like you, right? They love you. They love what you're doing, your purpose, your cause, your mission. And once you've got a base like that of people who are just loving what you're doing and are really passionate and have a strong pain around this topic, then it's much easier for you to continue the conversation and work with them to solve that problem. So I think, like, if you have something in mind about your business, you feel like you're deserving more, then really consider doing one of these virtual events for yourself, but doing it in such a way that you're not just throwing it out there and hoping it sticks against the wall, but you're really putting strategic thought into it and doing it in a way that really works. Because I mentioned Zoom fatigue before, but there are a lot of cries for our attention right now. And so how do we make our event stand out? And there's certain things that I've learned over the years. It's been 6 years we've been running these virtual events for ourselves and clients now, to really bring in and get traffic to our website, to our event. And then we're getting between 60 to 75% of people who are landing on that page to actually sign up for our event. And that's typical across our events, across our client events, because we really know what triggers people and gets them to take action, to sign up, to become a lead. But then we're designing the event once they've signed up for the event to build your credibility, authority. We're taking them on a journey. So each step of the way, they're feeling like, yeah, Michelle, like I want to spend more time with you. I get this. I love this system. I love your approach. I love you. Let's have a conversation about working together further than just this 90 minutes or this 3-day event.
Nice. I love that. So you mentioned the landing page and the increasing conversion. What kind of is your model, the outline of your model? So that, like, does it include the strategy? Does it include messaging on the landing page? What does that whole kind of process look like?
Yeah, for sure. So it's kind of like a business in a box, if you like, because you've got, if you're starting a brand new business online, or you're moving from an in-person kind of event or a speaking or an in-person business online, then this gives you everything you need to run a multi-million-dollar business if you so do wish. So essentially what we're doing here is just combining two pieces here, where our high ticket offer, so our coaching program, our consultancy, our service, our online course, with an authority building event that brings in the leads and the traffic. That's all we're doing here. So we're creating an event to sell our high ticket program, our signature offer. So those two things are the combination, and that's what we help our clients to create. First of all, our high ticket offer, making sure that we've got an offer that's highly scalable, highly profitable. So highly scalable meaning we can go from 10 clients to 100 clients without it taking up more of our time or resources, right? We want a scalable business. Our program is actually called Predictable Income Freedom, because we noticed that when we were running events, it was like run an event, a big spike in traffic and revenue, and then it was gone until we ran our next event. And there was no predictability in that. It was just like, okay, well, we have to run another event. We have to launch again. And it's that launch roller coaster, and it's really quite exhausting and overwhelming. So how do we get some more predictability and consistency in our business? So Predictable Income Freedom, that program is about, okay, well, let's run the event for the first time to sell our signature offer. And if it works really well that first time, we've got recordings from the event because it was all online, and we repackage that as an online course with some bonuses, some extra template scripts in there. And then we've already built out the funnel, because the first time we launched this funnel, it was created. So we're just now launching almost every single day. So it's out there, evergreen, on demand, similar to, I suppose, if you're thinking about this model, you can think of, say, movies being released at the cinema. There's normally a big release at the cinema. Then it gets released onto, say, DVD or on Netflix, where it's on demand. You can access it on whenever you want. So the first launch, you can think of it as the cinema experience. There's maybe some more live components to it. And then once it's released on DVD or on Netflix, it's on demand, accessible for anyone at any time that they need it. So if I'm desperate to solve my headache and the migraine, I'm just like, I'm done. I need a solution now, right? Because I'm feeling good. Now I've recovered from that headache yesterday, but like I need a solution today. So because I know it's going to happen again in the next few days, I want on-demand access to the solution right away. So rather than waiting for an event, maybe that's starting in 2 weeks or 2 months. So the on-demand packaging of your event is super crucial for bringing in consistent traffic, consistent leads and clients for yourself into your high-end program for your business. But it's also beneficial for your clients as well, because they get access when they need it the most.
Nice. I love that. So how quickly could somebody start growing their business or utilizing this and make an impact in their business?
Yeah, straight away. I mean, within the space of a week, you can have one of these events up and running for yourself, building your authority and credibility. And maybe it's a smaller event where we only get half a dozen or a few dozen people to that event. And we're getting used to speaking on stage if we're not confident about that. how does all these pieces work together in terms of the tech, using Zoom. We've been using Zoom since 2015 for our events. So it can be quite simple with the tech, but it's also, some things that we need to get used to. How do we get the tickets to the event? We just send them an email. Or how do we send the email? Well, we use an email automation platform, or you can do it manually if you've only got, a dozen or so people coming. So a week really to promote and get the word out about the event. And then if you're teaching, say, just a 90-minute workshop, it should be something that's based on an aha moment you typically give with your clients, a quick win that they're getting that you can teach in, say, 5 to 10 minutes. But you've got 90 minutes of the workshop for them to actually implement and take action on it. So what is that big aha moment that you can give someone a result? They can walk away with a quick win from your workshop and say, wow, like Michelle was able to get me that result in just 90 minutes. Imagine what it's going to be like if we work together for 90 days or 9 months. That's the type of experience we want to give people, the experience of what it's like to work with us in a capacity that is very similar to our signature offer that we want them to eventually enroll in, and feel like, yeah, this is something that works for me. I got a result. I really like Michelle. I enjoyed working with her. This was great. I want more results. I want more Michelle. Let's have that conversation. So you can set it all up again in 7 days, really, which is the promotion and the actual creation of the content of the event. It's something that you know really well. It's something that you give clients aha moments or quick wins all the time for, or you've got feedback that it's worked really well. So you know this content inside out. You don't really need to prepare too much. And then it's about, well, how do we structure it so we can implement this in just 90 minutes and give them a quick win that they walk away with.
Nice. I love that. So I know that our listeners are going to want more from you. How did they begin their journey with you?
Yeah, sure. So you can come check out entrepreneurshq.com. That's our overarching brand. It's where we started the business, bringing all these events and experts together. We've run over 400 speakers teaching how to generate leads and sales online. So you can go check out that at entrepreneurshq.com. If you're interested in running an authority building event for yourself, go to quickworkshopwin.com and you can get our checklist on how to actually run one of these 90-minute workshops for yourself that will get clients. And it's a checklist. It's like a 7-page PDF, beautifully designed with all the steps you need to go and create one of these events for yourself. And then there's also like some video training. If you want, you can upgrade and grab that as well. So that's at quickworkshopwin.com.
Nice. And of course, peeps, we will have these links in the show notes. If you scroll down, we'll also have the metawarenessstrategies.com/blog. And you can search on Liam or speaking or summits or predictable income. Search anything, you'll find him. His name will come up. That is awesome. So I have to ask you, Liam, at what point in life did you know that you were a special kind of crazy enough to think that you could become an entrepreneur?
Wow. Okay, interesting. So in the year 2000, I started working with a startup out of Sydney. And it was like first job out of school, really. And it was online dating in the year 2000. So a couple of decades ago, and it was still a little bit, online dating. My friends are like, you're doing online dating? And I was like, yeah, this technology company is really cool. And so what we're doing is we're powering the dating sites for Yahoo, MSN, like in multi-countries worldwide. And this startup was growing phenomenally. And I was just, doing customer service and affiliate and partnership relationship building and managing. And so I was seeing in the back end, our customers were, getting matched with their soulmate. They were getting married. The founders of the company were being invited to the weddings. And it was just like incredible to see the connection that was possible and the impact we could have on people's lives through this thing called the internet. It was just amazing that we could transform people's lives in such a way. So I knew then that I wanted to build a business online that could impact millions around the world. And now I've found that through my virtual events. And we've had over 100,000 people attend and go through our events and our programs. So I'm on the way to million and millions of people being impacted through what we do, and probably through our clients, we've definitely hit that. So I suppose secondhand, we've been helping people out through that way, and that's been what's been driving me. Is where it kind of initially sparked was back in 2000. I saw this impact you could have on people's lives, and it's possible for all of us. It's out there, and it's just a matter of, are you passionate? Are you driven? Do you want to be seen as that go-to expert, that authority, and go and impact people's lives?
Awesome. I love that. It's been awesome. Thank you, Liam, for your time. I appreciate it. I know how valuable it is. Any last words for our peeps?
Well, my favorite quote, I can share that with you guys. It's, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I think it's from famous baseballer in the US. But
Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky. Okay, cool.
That's Canadian.
Yeah,
well, he was in the States when he said it. But
yeah, okay, great. Yeah, so being Australian, I was being told that by my soccer coach as a kid, like I was a striker, why didn't you take that shot? You should have taken that shot, because if you don't take that shot, well, you're never going to score. So I think it's that has carried on with me into business. And it's a matter of, like, if you're unsure about whether a virtual event is for you, if you're scared of speaking on stage, I can tell you right now, it doesn't have to be live. It can be pre-recorded, so you can go back and edit it and change it later on if you want. Like, the possibilities are endless for you when it comes to this type of model. So just go out there, take the shot, and see the possibilities and opportunities that come for it.
Love that. Awesome. This is Michelle Nedelec. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Be sure to subscribe to the show in your favorite podcast app, like the one you're listening to right now, so that we can be sure to help you scale your business, because we love having you here. Thank you for listening to our show. I'm all about being a resource center for entrepreneurs to give them the information and the support that they need to make it in business. As such, the notes for this show can be found at our website at awarenessstrategies.com/blog. Be sure to subscribe, give us a rating. I like 5 stars personally, and share with your friends.